free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
These protests are gaining strength as the Israel-Hamas war deepens.
Pro-Palestinian movements like this have been sprouting up all over the world. Here at the March on Washington, there's upwards of 30,000 people here. That's according to a permit from the National Park Service. And their main call is to free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
We are an opponent of the political ideology of Zionism, which we view as a racist ideology that aims to justify the expulsion of indigenous people from their land, in this case, the Palestinian people.
Walter Smilarek with A.N.S.W.E.R Coalition helped coordinate the event. Still, a Harvard Caps Harris poll led by pollster Mark Penn shows an 84% majority of Americans support Israel over Hamas. Penn found a growing divide of support between generations.
As 95% of those over 65 supported Israel, and only 52% of those 18 to 24 supported Israel. I think the younger generation in 18 to 24 is likely to not to have been to Israel. They weren't even here for 9/11, not to have a set of personal experiences related to terrorism, and to be more susceptible to information that they hear online instead.
Social media experts go as far as labeling younger generations as digital natives because they get most of their news on social media, which has fewer safeguards on misinformation and bad actors manipulating public opinion.
Media shapes consciousness, and consciousness shapes culture.
Kinchlow sees platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and especially TikTok as digital battlegrounds vying for public opinion.
And so now you have this whole generation of kids, that's what they're used to when it comes to taking in news. They don't go fact check, they don't take another person's opinion.
Another major concern is Penn's polling data shows 16% of Americans side with Hamas terrorists.
And I think it's unjust and unfair to make this about Hamas every single time.
You would have thought that a terrorist attack against innocent civilians would engender sympathy for Israel, but somehow it seems to have weirdly stirred up a pot of anti-Semitism, at least in some areas and with some communities.
This is why Penn sees the greatest threat to America from this great divide being the anti-Semitism and violence that follows on both sides. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Brody Carter, CBN News.